Nikola Jokic, he's now failed to make the conference finals for a second consecutive year. Nikola Jokic, he's now lost in a Game 7 for a second consecutive year. Giannis, he hasn't even won 2 playoff games in 2 years. Giannis, he hasn't even been to the second round in 3 years. These 2 players are definitively, undoubtedly the 2 best players on the planet, and nobody would dispute that. If you're like 21 years old plus, you're used to seeing the 1-2 best players on the planet in the conference finals every single year. That's simply what we grew up on, and historically, that's how the NBA's looked. Last year was actually the first time that we've seen a conference finals without any MVPs, past or present. Now, we all understand we're knee-deep into the parity era. CJ McCollum got his ass bullied by Golden State for years, and he made it his mission to fix it. And bro, did he. The 3 most dominant players of the 2000s was Kobe, Tim Duncan, and Shaq. Every single conference finals of the 2000s featured at least Kobe, Tim Duncan, or Shaq. Kobe made 6 conference finals and 6 NBA finals. Shaq made 5 conference finals and 5 NBA finals. Tim Duncan made 5 conference finals and 3 NBA finals. This is historically how the NBA's always looked. The best players were always somewhere near the finish line, and that's how we deemed them the best players. During this last Olympics, what 3 players got the most notoriety? The 3 players that completely took over the 2010s: Kevin Durant, Stephen Curry, and LeBron James. LeBron made 9 conference finals and 8 NBA finals. Stephen Curry made 5 NBA finals and 5 conference finals. Kevin Durant made 6 conference finals and 3 NBA finals. For the era, no conference finals or no NBA finals didn't feature one of these 3 players, if not all of them. We are literally 6 seasons in to this new decade, and the 2 best players definitively, they only have 3 conference finals appearances between the 2 of them and 2 NBA finals.
You gotta build up that dislike for, guys you're competing against, not in a bad way, but when you're out on the floor, you can't be friends, you can't be cool with these guys, you can't admire them while you're on the court.
Today's video is sponsored by SeatGeek. The NBA playoffs, they're still here, and the WNBA, it just started. If you want to see some of the biggest stars we have live, my friends over at SeatGeek can help with that at a discounted price. Everybody can use my new promo code Swishout 2025 and get 10% off of your next set of tickets. Yeah, we love basketball, but this applies to comedy shows, Broadway shows, festivals, concerts, really you name it. SeatGeek is the most convenient site because they rate their own tickets on a scale of 1 to 10, so you know what type of deal you're getting. The greener the dots indicates the best deals, and the red ones indicate you should probably reconsider. Also, all of their tickets are backed by their buyer's guarantee, so you can feel secure getting your spot. If you don't really care about any particular event right now, that's okay. Still click the link in my description box below to download the app and have my code automatically added to your account. You can use it later. That's 10% off of any tickets with my promo code Swishout 2025. The number one question I feel like we love to ask every single year is who's going to be the new face of the NBA? Who's going to take that torch? And bro, it feels like the silliest question ever now. If you look at the faces of the NBA for every single decade, it's always associated with their winning. Magic and Bird accounted for 9 of the NBA Finals appearances in the 80s. Michael Jordan won 6 NBA championships in the 90s. I just gave the data for the 2000s plus, and obviously you become the face by consistently winning. Nobody can really do that now. Bro, for the first time in NBA history, we're about to have 7 different NBA champions. Unless you're like 60 plus and you've seen the Knicks win a championship in 1973, nobody's even seen one of these teams win an NBA championship before. 3 of these teams can actually win their first NBA championship. The reason why I say I don't even think it's possible for anybody to become the face of the NBA now, quote unquote, is because I don't even know if anybody can leave their imprint winning wise on this specific era. Okay, I told you, we're about to have our 7th different NBA champion, and that's the first time that's ever happened. But what about conference championships? In 1980, we had 12 different teams make conference finals. In 1990, we had 17 different teams. In the 2000s, we had 18 different teams. The 2010s, we had 16 different teams. Halfway through this decade already, do you know where we stand? We're at 14. The semifinals between OKC versus Denver, it was hyped up to be the special MVP battle, obviously so. But to me, the story of this series wasn't about Jokic or SGA. It was this. In the second round, do you know what team's bench had the highest plus minus? It was OKC by far. In the second round, do you know what team's bench had the lowest plus minus by far? It was Denver. Nikola Jokic didn't play great in that series, and I'm not giving him that excuse. But if it's anybody that deserves a little grace, especially given what they did in the regular season to even get their team in this position, to me it's Jokic. What's the one thing that we keep saying about OKC that's actually a fact? They can be the youngest team in modern NBA history to ever win an NBA championship. Shea's the MVP, deservingly so. But what makes this team so good to me, especially in the playoffs, hasn't really been just Shea. It's been their defense, how active they are, how well they're coached, and how many bodies they just seem to have. If you look at OKC's payroll and why they seemingly have 10 active bodies that's productive in the playoffs in the Western Conference Finals, it's because they draft well, they're extremely young, and they're paying absolutely nobody. Not even Shea. Do you know where Shea ranks amongst the highest paid players in the league right now? He's 34th. Consequently, do you know where OKC ranks amongst the highest payrolls in the NBA right now? They are 25th. The Boston Celtics championship window probably just closed. Why? Yeah, because Jason Tatum tore his Achilles and he's likely out all next year. But contractually, this was always going to be their last year because of this. The Celtics next year, they were going to be well above the second apron, so we always knew this was their timeline. They pushed all their chips in to a championship window for 2 to 3 years, and fortunately they got one. Some people never do. The Cleveland Cavaliers just lost in the second round, and to me, they're easily the biggest disappointments of these playoffs. But what makes it worse is the fact that contractually, this was the year. The Cavs had the 16th most expensive roster. That gave them the luxury to be as deep as they were. Two of their most productive players, they were making absolutely no money. Their second best player and their DPOY, Evan Mobley, he was making $11 million on a rookie contract. Next year, he makes 4 times that. Ty Jerome, one of their key role players, he was making $2 million. This summer, he's a free agent, and somebody's going to give him a big contract. It's 3 teams right now that we know. As it stands, they're going to be well above the second apron next year. Boston, Phoenix, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Indiana Pacers, they're back in the conference finals, and to me, that's no coincidence. Why? Because they have one of the deepest teams in basketball, and most importantly, they have one of the cheapest teams in basketball. The Indiana Pacers, with all the depth they have the 20th most expensive roster this year. The Pacers in these playoffs, they have 8 players averaging 8 points or more. That's the most. The Pacers in the playoffs collectively this year, they're averaging 50-40 splits. Everybody in their rotation, they're all shooting well above league average. This is why they're so good. In that second round against Cleveland, their bench damn near scored 40 points a night. That's extremely abnormal.
Do you feel like this team can still win a championship as it's put together now?
I mean, we didn't, so obviously we can't. We had the opportunity, we didn't win it, so I think we can't.
I know we love to grade current superstars against past legends, but I don't even think that's fair with this new CBA. If you guys like this video, let me know in the comment section how exactly you feel about this new parity in the NBA, this unknown parity in the NBA. Giannis and Jokic, 2 of the greatest players I've ever seen in my entire life, can retire with 1 to 2 rings max if they leave. Follow my social media sites, turn on post notifications, do that great stuff, guys, and until next time, as always, stay tuned.